Let's see.
what happens. All right. See now we should be up.
All right, let's see. Loose Lugs podcast. Yeah, we're live.
I just have to like switch all this back over. Hang on.
That's fine.
Um, um, let me turn this off. Let me go to my phone and do a systems check, basically.
Okay.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Ryan, what's up?
AJ, how are you today?
Give me one more, Ryan. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
AJ, how are you this afternoon?
Keep getting an echo, and I don't know why. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, AJ?
And the last one, I'm gonna do through this. Make sure this works. And check 1 2. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, AJ? How are you?
Screw it. I'm sending it. I'm sending it the way it is.
Man, I got a fantasy debate. Rodgers or Jackson?
Jesus, both are duds.
Aaron Rodgers is playing pretty good. So the rest of my fantasy team, yeah, don't want to talk about it.
I'm trying to work my way on sharing it and all that right now.
Yeah, I got him.
We're starting a little late, but not too bad.
Hey, whatever.
Ooh. Ba, 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 da, 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 da.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And one last share.
Oh, you're not talking about their new crew chief.
Who?
Rudy Fugel, man. You gotta talk about Rudy.
You can talk
I
about Rudy.
I can talk about Rudy because I'm
Yeah,
excited
we'll
for
leave
that.
that to you.
Right. You see the shirt I got on?
I do see the shirt that you got on.
That's a pretty fucking sweet ass shirt, isn't it?
All right, let me do. Oh, I don't care really. All right. I'm just working on getting some windows back up here.
Oh, you're fine.
Um, this chat is now worthless. Patrick's watching some Family Matters.
Yeah, I saw that. Did I do that?
We do that all the time. Did I do that? All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's roll.
Let's get it. Here we're rolling intro.
Gentlemen, start your engines! I guess I'm out of
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back finally here on the Loose Lugs podcast, episode number 86. I'm your host, AJ, and after a while, with me, as always, is my co-host, Ryan. Ryan, what's going up, man?
Not too much, AJ. Welcome to Championship Weekend. I know
Here,
some
here.
of our yeah, that's right. I know some of our listeners. Last time we were on, actually, we were on our good friend EG3. We were on his podcast for his 200th episode. Which again, EG3, thank you again for the honors. We definitely enjoyed ourselves on that particular episode 200 for him. But yeah, like you said, AJ, we're back. We're ready to go. We got 4 tires on. The lug nuts are tightened, hopefully. And we got some gas. We're ready to roll.
Yeah, man, we were on EG3's 200th episode, so if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. That was right before Kansas, I think it was.
It was right before Kansas. Yep.
That was a fun time with Eddie. Always is a good time with Eddie. We wanted to come back recording after I got back from vacation in Georgia a couple weeks ago, but such wasn't the case. Just time didn't add up right in order to get it. Yeah, here we are. We're finally here.
And I don't know if anybody notices, I got more light now. Yeah.
Yeah. How's everything been, Ryan? It's been a minute, so how have you been?
I've been doing well. The job is going well. I got to tell you guys, there was a day I was getting into work, and all of a sudden I heard AJ's voice. I'm like, wait a minute, they're playing the podcast through our sound system we got at work. I'm like,
I'm everywhere, man. I'm the voice from above.
yeah, I know. I'm like, man, AJ, man, I thought I have to hear your voice that night, but no, it works going good. Logan now is fully up and active. He's walking around. He's in a new class at the daycare. Basically, he's in the toddler 2 room, I do believe it is what they call it. Once he start walking, moving around, he's all over the place. Saturday for Halloween, we just went over to my mom's house in her neighborhood. Went to a couple houses. Not a lot of people had lights on for obvious reasons with the whole COVID. But he dressed up as a lion and he had a blast. I'll probably put some pictures up here on my Twitter page here. You guys want to check him out from Logan's Halloween. Definitely had some fun.
Good, man. It's really good to hear.
How about you?
Man, I'll tell you what. First and foremost, this NASCAR season has been like my favorite racing season as a fan in a long time. Thanks in part to while we were gone, I think Chase won 2 races while we were gone too.
I think the Charlotte Roval
in Martinsville, and with a shot at the championship. This is the first time I've had my favorite driver in the championship 4. So I have been enjoying this week for sure. I've been at work, doing a lot of work, on vacation for a couple days, and been watching some Georgia football and not caring about what happens in New England.
I'm at the verge right now. As I've been the last few years with this guy, but as a Michigan fan, I'm cutting ties with Jim Harbaugh. I know the Big Ten season, they're only playing 7 games. They're trying to get 7 games in with this, condensed schedule.
Do you guys play Ohio State in that? You have to, right?
Yeah, we play them the last game of the year. But Wisconsin has gotten 2 games canceled out right now. I mean, it's just a mess right now with the Big Ten. But I'm done with Jim Harbaugh. The Lions, they're the Lions. They actually made a decent move and got Everson Griffin. Like I can talk right now, to add to the defensive line help, which is what they need. And shockingly, his first game is this weekend against his former team, the Vikings. So.
Hey,
But
you guys pulled like a Belichick move and get into a playbook, and then you play him, and you see what happens.
we got him for it was like a 6th-round pick. I mean, I know Stafford has ended up on the COVID list right now, so don't know if he's going to play Sunday. I guess he's got a pass 5 test. I want to get since we're talking about football, I'm actually impressed with how the NFL is handling the whole COVID situation. Putting 2 games on Monday night if you have to. That's entertaining for not only us, the fans, but everybody. It's like, oh, there's nothing on Monday night because people get bored with Monday Night Raw. Case in point, me. But you got 2 Monday night football games. You gotta love it.
Going back to that the NFL thing, I
go
enjoyed
ahead.
the Tuesday night football.
The Tuesday night, yeah, that was pretty cool too.
We can shit can the Thursday night games and just put on a Tuesday night game.
Yeah, I mean, tonight's Thursday night game, if San Fran didn't have COVID, I mean, it should be a decent football game. But like I said, I mean, credit to where credit's due with the NFL and how they're like, what was it, the New England-Denver game that got postponed because Cam ended up with it with COVID, and then they switched it to a following Sunday. But
Tank for Trevor.
Works. What's that?
Tank for Trevor.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that, mine including, tank for Trevor.
Tank for Trevor. You got 2 wins. Just lose the rest of them. You're fine.
I mean, granted,
Jets.
The Jets don't need a quarterback unless they're done on the Sam Darnold.
I don't think you're passing on Trevor Lawrence no matter what.
I don't. If I'm number 1, I wouldn't pass on him. I don't care if you have a quarterback. You're not passing up on him. That's trade bait. That's trade bait right there, man. Hey, I got the number 1 overall pick, but my team
Darnold hasn't been the same since the See and Ghost game last year.
No, he hasn't.
That killed that kid. I mean,
there's a member of the national media who has a show on FS1. We're not going to mention his name on the show, but likes Sam Darnold more than he does Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has had 3 coaches. All right, AJ, you can mention the name. But no, I mean, he's still on Sam Darnold. I don't see anything with Sam Darnold. I see Baker Mayfield. Okay, yeah, granted, yeah.
You got to understand the source, man. He hates Baker.
Oh, I know he does. I understand it.
Baker.
Baker turns the ball over. Okay, he's got that gunslinger mentality. Same with Favre.
Did anyone else see the Cleveland Browns got a winning record this year?
Yes, they do. Unfortunately, they didn't beat the Raiders. One of the guys that comes in from our Cleveland store, he comes in, and him and I are always talking football, and I'm like, man, what's going on with the Browns? He should have beat the Raiders. Like, yeah, I know they should have beat those lonely-ass Raiders. I'm like, it's football. Any given Sunday, any team can win, except if you're a Jets fan.
Or a Patriots fan.
Well. Now, all right, AJ, since I got you, since we're in the podcast now, I got to ask you this in front of all of our listeners. Who is winning, Brady or Belichick?
No comment.
I think
No. Okay. So I'm going to put it to you this way. I can't make a decision on that. You can look at this and say that Brady's having a better season than Belichick this year, correct? But it is 2 totally different scenarios. You have Belichick, who's trying to rebrand his team, trying to get some new personnel in there, trying to implement his scheme to these younger players that just came in. In other words, this is a rebuild year for New England. on the flip side of things, Brady goes to Tampa, who is stacked and loaded for this season.
Now they got Antonio Brown.
Yeah, and when you look at that offense, you see how much they stacked and loaded that team. They're all in on a Super Bowl, where Belichick right now is all in on retooling, rebuilding. So to say that Brady's better than Belichick, or, Belichick couldn't be Belichick without Brady, I just think it's really tough to make that decision right now, seeing the two separate ends of the spectrum that these two teams are on. So that's why I'm not making a call yet on this. For this season, if you want to say Brady's been better than Belichick, sure, go ahead. I think you have your answer there already, but also look at the situations the two are in.
Exactly. I gotta laugh at some Patriots fans. After the first 2 or 3 weeks, they were all on the Cam bandwagon.
I'm there. Hi, I'm one of them.
All right.
I drank the Kool-Aid.
Hey, how you doing?
I drank the Kool-Aid on that one.
You know what? It's like the Lions and their Kool-Aid. Okay, they beat Jacksonville. Okay, a team they should beat. They beat Atlanta because Atlanta, quite frankly, went Falcons on everybody like a 24 or 28-3 lead. But we're not going to go to that Super Bowl. And then they played a decent team in India and got whooped.
Ryan, I want you to understand this. There are still people that call into Boston Talk Radio and think that New England has a chance at getting to the Super Bowl again this year. And I just want to beat my head against this microphone right now just thinking about that. It is not happening. If they make the playoffs, it's a damn miracle.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. And you know what? The first 3 games, it was nice to see Cam looking like his MVP type year, and he started out like that. He's been like that for the last few years now. He starts off strong and then slowly deteriorates as the year goes on. And you're seeing it right now in New England, unfortunately.
However, I feel like if Cam Newton doesn't get the coronavirus, I think the Patriots are, instead of 2-5, 5-2.
I think so too. I have to agree with you on that. That's a good point.
It seems like ever since then, he's just been a totally different player. And I don't know if it's some sort of side effect or whatever. But, it's just been a terrible NFL season for me. I'm okay with that because I've had a ton to look forward to on the NASCAR side of things and to keep my mind occupied during Patriots games. You are well aware that I have turned off any NFL content so I can watch the playoffs this year for NASCAR. And I have thoroughly enjoyed every second of it, except for Texas. That kind of sucked.
Yeah. It was something
that kind of sucked in a sense of my driver was out of contention about before halfway in that race.
I tell you what, I give credit to the jet drivers, the track personnel that were there in Texas to try to get this race run. And they did it on a Wednesday. Excuse me, I got the hiccups right now, guys. But it reminds me of one of the races I went to. That Friday or Sunday, it's raining. Everybody's like, yeah, we don't think we're going to get it in. They finally call it. All right, be out here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. All right, I got my vacation. I have a week off after the race. And, if we get out there Monday, it's drizzling. All right, Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. or something like that. It's foggy. And they've waited till the fog lifted. They ran it on that Tuesday. And I remember that's when MIS had seats almost all the way around that place. And every section, not to the fullest capacity it could be, but every section of seats had people in it. And it was so awesome to see the fans come out, especially at Texas. I know, especially with the COVID, everything with limited attendance. Texas, I don't know if you saw the fans that were in attendance. They got their names down and everything like that. They're getting hot passes for the All-Star race. I don't know if you had seen that, but
no, that
awesome.
Was cool. I heard that on PRN because, man, let me tell you.
Awesome. I just want to finish up here real quick, AJ. Awesome gesture by Texas Motor Speedway, and I'll let you take over from there.
That whole week, I say that whole week, up until Wednesday, every hour on the hour, I have my headphones on PRN, and they give their 5-minute weather update. Then I'd turn it back off because they wouldn't come back on the air. I did this for 3 days straight. 3 days straight. Every hour, on the hour, checking that weather update. Finally on Wednesday, when you hear, good news, drivers have been called to their cars. And this was at 4 o'clock on last Wednesday.
Yep.
And I was so thankful. I was clapping.
Oh, I was too. I got home and I worked till 5 o'clock and I got home and I'm eating my dinner and I told Sarah, I'm like, oh shoot, turn on NBCSN, and we turned it on and Logan, as soon as he saw the cars go around, he goes, boom, boom. I'm like, yeah, that's my boy right there, boys.
All right, so we got some Martinsville to go over. Ryan, what you say we get into some gas and go here?
Oh.
Kicking things off is the Gander RV Out and Outdoors Truck Series. All these races this past weekend were from Martinsville. And Grant Enfinger gets the win, punches his ticket into the Final Four this weekend at Phoenix. Ryan, what are you thinking?
Trucks put on a great show, as they always do. Love seeing them at Martinsville. Enfinger, good call. Got the win, gets in. I think you're going to see a great race. What is it, tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow evening for your championship in the Truck Series. I almost said Xfinity Series, but yeah, with
it's fine.
Enfinger, Smith, Creed, and Moffitt. I think those four are going to put on a hell of a show for everybody. Martinsville, they put on a great show. Yeah, it was definitely a fun Martin short track race. Beating and banging, love it.
I missed this race because I was at playing in a softball game that night. But one thing I came across and I've kept an eye on in the last 2 weeks is that Ben Rhodes in the 99 is struggling to keep it off of people, and he is pissing a ton of Truck Series drivers off.
I know. What was the race prior to the Kansas? Yeah, it was at Kansas where he I forgot who he took out. And he got taken out, and they did the Chase Elliott salute. That's what we're going to call it now.
Yeah.
The Chase Elliott salute. You're number one.
Yeah, it's not been a game. He's been running into everybody out there. I think the only thing he hasn't hit is the pace car out there.
Yeah, Harry Hogg's not his crew chief.
Yeah, no kidding.
Tell him to run into the pace car.
But from what I read and what I saw, highlights-wise, Truck Series was a good show. Like you said, Brian. Championship 4 field is set. Stage winners, first stage, Sheldon Creed, second stage, Stuart Friesen, and your race winner was Grant Enfinger. Top 5, Grant Enfinger, Ben Rhodes, Zane Smith, Christian Eckes, and Matt Crafton. And your championship 4 field, as Ryan said, it's Sheldon Creed, Brett Moffitt, Grant Enfinger, Zane Smith, and they will be racing tomorrow night, Friday, Phoenix, at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. I think it's going to be pretty entertaining. All 4 guys definitely have a shot at not only the championship, but the win. Creed's always fast. Moffitt already knows how to get it done. Enfinger with the momentum from Martinsville, and Zane Smith, who has been the dark horse for everything this year that is Truck Series. It's going to be a really entertaining race tomorrow night.
I have to agree with you 100%. Watch out for Ben Rhodes. Does Ben Rhodes get payback?
Does Ben Rhodes take out half the field? Who knows? Yep. We'll find out tomorrow, though.
I know we haven't been on in a little while, but I want to say something. I think I said it on the EG3 podcast, but it's nice to see Trevor Bayne back in NASCAR after, obviously winning the Daytona 500 to signing with Roush and then, out of it, now back in it. Nice to see him, you get your second chance.
Trevor Bayne and even Haley Deegan.
Haley Deegan.
Truck Series debut. Pretty good stuff out of the Truck Series this season.
As it always is.
Moving on to the Xfinity Series, Ryan. Harrison Burton gets it done. Gets the win here at Martinsville with Jeff Burton calling it. I still love that every time. Unfortunately, not in the playoffs, so he didn't advance into the championship 4. But man, he had a good battle there with Justin Allgaier and Noah Gragson. Harrison is a kid to watch out for next year.
I
I
have
think
to
that's
agree.
your Xfinity Series championship favorite for next year.
Definitely. Kid's been running fast. It was Texas. I felt so bad for the 9 car too. Coming out of turn 4, Burton had a nice run on him,
Burton
passed
blew
him.
his doors off out of
Yeah,
4.
he did. And then, like you said last week at Martinsville, awesome to see, especially with Jeff interviewing him after the race, and he's like, "Hey Harrison, this is your dad." He's like, "Oh, hi Dad, I just won." That's pretty cool to see. So
Yeah, I agree with you there. Tough break for Noah, though, man. This was a weird Martinsville race, with the Xfinity Series not being there in quite some time. It was very, very tame. You
yeah, oh
had
yeah,
your cautions for your stage breaks and just a few for some minor spins. A lot of green flag racing in this. So where you think Noah might be able to make it up on pit road or something, it just could not come to be. However, with Noah being back with Junior Motorsports next year, another guy to watch out for who I think is in the championship for next year.
oh yeah, definitely. I have to agree. I think Noah and that team are poised for great things, and same with the 20. It might be those two guys, like how it's been Cindric and Briscoe
Yep.
all year. So,
Yep.
uh, guys, I know we're talking about the Xfinity Series here, but I read the other day that Chase and his wife experienced yet another miscarriage.
Yeah.
So
Rough.
here at the Loose Looks podcast, I want to take a moment of silence for the Briscoe family. We're thinking about you, Chase.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Sorry to bring that up, but
No,
that's something
it's totally you're good.
we have to talk. Go ahead.
No, entertaining time though with the Xfinity race this weekend, and like I said, I was shocked that it went green for as long as it did in different stages of the race. Stage winners, first stage Noah Gragson, really thought he was going to win that on.
I did too.
on
I thought he had the car dialed in, but unfortunately,
just couldn't come to be. Second stage, Ross Chastain, and your race winner was Harrison Burton. Your top 5, Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gragson, Jeb Burton, and Ross Chastain. So 3 of the JRM guys finishing 2, 3, 4. Your championship 4 heading into Phoenix. And do you know how hard it is to not say Homestead right now?
very.
It is probably the most difficult part of doing this year. So heading into Phoenix, your championship 4, Chase Briscoe, Justin Allgaier, Justin Haley, and Austin Cindric. I think 3 of those guys are real contenders. I hate to say real contenders. 3 guys have a more than great chance at winning the championship. A good chance at winning it is Justin Haley.
If this was Daytona or Talladega, gimme Haley.
Correct. Colleague on ovals this year, it's been tough.
Oh yeah,
These style of tracks are tough for them. I know Ross just got a stage win at Martinsville. But again, Colleague has been struggling a little bit to produce when it comes to these shorter tracks, even the 1.5 this season. Besides Allmendinger winning Atlanta.
Yep, with his first oval win too.
And then the Roval win for Allmendinger as well. It's just, like I said, it's a real tough battle for them, I think. I'm not saying they don't have a shot at winning it, because they're in the championship 4. They have a shot.
They're throwing everything they have into that one card for this weekend.
I'm just being extremely blunt with it.
Oh, I understand. I definitely. But
Go
ahead.
They race on Saturday from Phoenix again, like I said, at 5:00 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN.
Yep. NBCSN gets the Xfinity Championship.
And now, big race from the past weekend. the NASCAR Cup Series, where Chase Elliott races his way into the championship 4. Was absolutely dominant all day, battling back from 2 separate pit incidents. And we're going to dive into that a little bit, but Ryan, I don't think I've ever been so happy after a win.
You texted me and was like, I can't believe you did it. I can't believe you did it. Because weren't you at a
I was playing in a softball tournament. I fortunately was sitting that game. So basically what happened was we ended a game at 1:30. Race started at 2. So we had a break from 1:30 to 4 o'clock of no game. So I got to watch the first stage and a half. Then the game started. I was informed that I was in the rotation to sit out that one. I'm on the bleachers watching the race on my phone. About midway through, I get put into the game. So now I have my phone propped up on my bag. And so when I come into the dugout, I can watch the race. And both pit incidents happened when I was in the dugout waiting to bat. And both times I looked at it and I said, his crew just blanked them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pissed off and annoyed. Game ends. I pull up my phone back and I'm like, 4th place. Got a chance. It's really slim. That 19 car is probably the class of the field right now, as it stands right now.
At that time he was, yep.
And then a late race caution. Late pit stop. His team gets him out there with right up front with all of them. And man got it done.
And 19 complained of a loose wheel, and you seen it on.
Yeah, you could see it wobbling.
You've seen the wheel moving, and once Chase took that lead, he checked out, and that was the thing
he
too.
Dove. Do you understand how hard he dove into turn 1 there?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was either going to door slam Truex coming out of it, or something was going to happen there. Right. However, loose wheel or not, I felt at that moment when Chase passed Martin for the lead,
I didn't think anybody was catching him.
That was it right there. I didn't think Truex was catching him.
Nope. I got the race on. I did a little channel surfing. I had a Chase radio on that day, actually, AJ, on was on the NASCAR app, and listen to the scanners. And I decided, I'm like, I know Byron's out of it right now. I mean, but I'm gonna listen to Chase. He's got to win to get his way in. I was going back and forth between him and the 88, and here Chase is winning. Third stage, I'm like, all right, I got to get this third stage. Got the race on, and there's something that really bothered me, and I know we might get into this a little bit later, but Eric Jones, you're not racing for that team anymore. Is Petty going to Toyota? Has that been confirmed yet?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I thought I had read somewhere that Petty might be considering going to Toyota. I don't know if we can find that on Twitter or if anybody in the chat can answer.
I don't.
But Eric Jones had a better car than the 11 car. The 11 car was struggling at that time. The 4 car was struggling at that time too. The 4 struggled all damn day. Why is it? If I got fired from the team, guess what I'm doing? I'm doing everything in my power, not making that guy make the playoffs. You see that on Radioactive Tuesday.
No one's my friend at that point.
Yeah, exactly. No one's my friend. I don't care about Denny Hamlin. I don't care if it was Kyle Busch. I don't care if it was Martin Truex Jr. I don't care if I'm, for example, William Byron gets let go of Hendrick, and if he's going to pass Chase, I'm going to do it. If I'm told not to, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you that you made a big mistake by letting me go. I'm going to pass this guy and not make him make the playoffs. And that's why at the final lap where you see Harvick get into the back of the 18, because he knew that one spot meant that for him advancing and not advancing.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, though, Ryan, Gibbs still signing that paycheck. So as long as you're on contract to that team,
But didn't a similar
Team orders.
situation happen when Clint Boyer spun on purpose?
There's a difference in spinning on purpose and not passing somebody.
Ugh,
There's a
I
difference
don't
in
know.
because I mean at that point you're manipulating the outcome of a race when you bring out a caution. How many times do
Yeah,
we see at super speedway tracks where teammates won't pull out? You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha. I understand. But y'all know my situation with the 11 team. Anybody but the 11.
Yeah.
I'm,
So going back to Chase winning the
go
pit
ahead.
issues,
Great move by
controversial.
the Jack.
The Jackman over the wall too soon. You can tell clear as day on video. He was over the wall
Oh
too
yeah,
soon. Resets himself, goes back out there. They have a really slow pit stop, and they call a penalty to the 9 over the wall too soon. But by rule, the Jackman coming over the wall too soon, then jumping back on to reset himself, negates the penalty. It cancels it out. And what a heads up move in the matter of a second and a half to say to yourself as soon as you jump down that you need to get back up on the wall before the car gets there.
they're coming out of turn 1, and the pit guy or the Jackman's already on the. That's too early. But no, I get what you're saying. But yeah, great heads up by the Jackman. Good thing for NASCAR. They are like, oh wait, that's not a penalty. He reset himself, so all right, we're canceling that
Yep.
penalty. And then didn't Keselowski get a penalty for something or speeding, and then he made up? I don't know.
I don't know, but then the other big development in this is Kevin Harvick,
Yep.
the man who won 9 races this year, is not going to be competing in Phoenix for the championship. And as much of a crime as that is,
Oh yeah.
this is by way of this playoff format. And I don't understand where people are coming from with saying if he wins the regular season title, he should automatically get a chance at Homestead. That's like
No.
saying because the New England Patriots won the AFC, and this is an analogy I think was brought up on Door Bumper Clear. The analogy was it's like the Patriots winning the AFC and getting an automatic berth into the Super Bowl.
Could that happen for the Lions?
Well, you guys would have to win more than 8 games first.
Oh damn, there's no way it happened. But yeah,
It's amazing, man. Like, and it's funny because Harvick didn't sound like all dejected afterwards. It was he made the move on Kyle Busch to try to spin him to get that 1 point. But Harvick, even in his comments, he's like, the championship would have just been a bonus. The wins are what we're going for, and it's like he's got his championship. He's fine. He just wants to win as many races as he can now.
This is the thing with the system. Remember when it was first brought into place, where he said wins mattered. He won how many? 9 races. They might tweak it a little bit. I'm not saying they have
Struggled
to.
in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but 9 wins and you didn't make it. I mean, I'd be mad, but like you said, he's already got his championship. Yeah, he's already got his title. I'd be a little bit more mad if I was him. But from the get go, his car wasn't there the entire race.
No,
That and Texas, the last 2 races, he's had a terrible car.
he had the catastrophic part of what Jimmy had in what was it, 2005? Remember when Jimmy, or was it Kurt? It might have been Kurt. So one of those two, I think it was Kurt. Now that I'm thinking about it, in 2004. Phoenix. It was Phoenix and another track where he struggled and wrecked his car.
It.
Came back and in Homestead ran a clean race, won the championship, and it's kind of like that reverse with Harvick where he had a really bad last 2 races, but it cost him here.
Yeah, I feel for the guy being dominant as he was this year, and
By the way, thanks Chase for being clutch.
yeah, that too. And then how about Keselowski getting up to where he needed to do? Joey Logano shocking everybody and winning Kansas. It is what it is. It's the playoffs. Like they said, anything can happen.
Agreed. Stage winners. First stage, Denny Hamlin. Second stage, Chase Elliott, race winner Chase Elliott. Top 5, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Kyle Busch? I didn't designate which Busch it was. It was either Kurt or Kyle. It's one of the 2 Busch brothers.
It's Kurt.
Kurt, yeah.
Finished fifth.
Kurt.
Yep.
Championship 4 field is set. Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, the obvious favorite heading into Phoenix. Joey Logano won Phoenix when they first came there this year. Brad always runs well when there's a championship on the line.
Yes.
And Chase Elliott riding that momentum from the Martinsville win. It's going to be very fun. I can't wait. That race is this Sunday from Phoenix, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Yep. Hopefully they start right at 3 o'clock for the celebration because, football night in America is going to take over right at 7.
You ain't kidding there. You ain't...
Oh, they're going to cross the finish line, but we got to go to NBCSN
Yeah.
for the celebration.
All right.
So I'm just, throwing jokes out there.
No, I agree. You ready to get into some tire rub?
Yeah, we got a lot of news.
Left side. Pull this left rear fender out, left side.
The biggest news of the week, tire rub, is where we go over the news of the week, and
I got a haircut.
we've got Ryan got a haircut, new hairstyle for Ryan.
That's right.
Kyle Larson and Hendrick Motorsports announced their signing. Larson's going to be in the 5-car sponsorship. Still hasn't dropped yet on that. They still don't have sponsorship, but Kyle Larson's going to draw sponsorship. That'll get announced in the offseason.
Yep.
Great move. We all saw it coming. It happened a month too late because we all saw it coming.
Yeah. I like the move. I don't know if anybody listened to Dale Jr. Download when they had Mr. H on and Kyle Larson on at the same time. Everybody deserves a second chance. Larson has owned up to the mistakes. He's gone to numerous classes. He's done stuff in the communities now. I love it. I love the move for Hendrick. I think you're going to have 4 very talented drivers in this camp next year. I love the move. I love the move. He's owned up to his mistakes, and I'm glad he owned up to the mistake.
Yep. And I think it was the right. It was a right decision. It was,
yes,
like you said, everyone gets a second chance, and it was a good move. What was your other Hendrick Motorsports news that you wanted to announce, Ryan?
William Byron has got a brand new crew chief. Well, not new to him, but new to the Cup Series. That's right. We go in, we swipe out Rudy Fugle from Kyle Busch Motorsports, bring him over to the Cup Series. Let's go.
Ryan is excited about that.
I was excited with Chad. I've seen progress with Chad. Obviously, the win. Woohoo! But it's time to go for more than just a win now. I think Rudy's going to get them to that next step, past the first round of the playoffs, maybe to that championship maybe that championship level caliber driver that we know that William Byron can be. Everybody in that Hendrick Motorsports camp can be.
Agreed. Justin Allgaier staying put at Junior Motorsports next year. They have
Smart move.
Yeah, they have a solid lineup next year. Josh Berry and who's splitting that ride with him?
The A car. It's not Hemrick, is it, or Burton?
No, it's not Mayer, is it? Sam Mayer? I think Sam Mayer is swapped.
Might be
splitting off with that, but yeah, it's gonna be a solid team next year. And 2311, that's how you pronounce it, not 23XI, it's 2311.
Yeah.
2311 Racing will run Toyota's car number 23, and Mike Wheeler was announced as the crew chief for Bubba Wallace. Mike Wheeler was Denny Hamlin's crew chief for his first Daytona 500 win.
I do believe so.
So that is the news that I have for the week.
Anybody shocked that they gave the number 23?
No.
The
colors are going to be Bulls colors, so.
And I'm probably just something with the Jordan brand's going to be on top of the car too.
I would agree with you there, buddy.
I was also reading too about the 2311 that not only do they want to fund one car for right now, but in the near future, possibly a 2-car team.
I'm just going to put it to you this way. This team's going to have an alliance with JGR.
Yep. They're going to be fat.
Is going to need a ride after next year.
Yep.
There you go. Anyway, that's all I got for news. I don't know if you got anything else.
Not really news related. I know we haven't talked about it yet since we've been off for a little while. The 2021 schedule. You're gonna get my rant right now.
Can you wait the social media to do the rant?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because then it's your rant.
Yes, I can wait.
All right, we'll get social media, then we'll get to Ryan's rant.
Get your popcorn ready.
Social media, we are at 2,189 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. 337 followers on Twitter, 80 likes on Facebook, 25 subscribers on Facebook, on YouTube. Wow, that's a typo on that one.
Oops, typo.
Yeah, nice job, AJ, on that one. New follower shoutouts this week include the power of Polish at Polish. We have not Kyle Larson 5, Tiger 128, and that is all I've got here. Thanks everyone for the follows this week. We appreciate it. Moving things on here as I'm trying to pull you back up, Ryan, because I have lost your smiling face. There you are. Podcast shoutouts: the Lap Traffic Podcast, PTM Racing Podcast, 3Y NASCAR Podcast, and the Final Lap Weekly. Make sure you go check them out. And some places you can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, turn on that notification bell so you can hear it ding. Or you get notified every time you get new. Wow, it's been a long while. Let's restart that. Let's just restart that completely. Some places you can find us are iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and YouTube in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you follow and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time we upload new content. And so you can hear Ryan in your ear say,
William Byron to victory lane. I mean, ding ding.
You want to ring the bell?
Ding ding.
On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod, and on Facebook in your search bar at the Loose Lugs Podcast. Our personal Twitter handles: myself at Grey Goose F150 and Ryan
R Rencola 88. And AJ, I was just thinking too, instead of me going ding ding, why don't we get the pool hall for the
siren?
That's right, the siren.
Let me tell you something. Chase wins on Sunday, wins the championship, you'll be able to hear the siren from my house all the way up in Michigan.
That's right.
I will piss off my neighbors on Sunday.
Nice. Yeah,
this is the one I've been wanting. This at any sport I've wanted, this is the one.
Yep. I got a couple of them, so I mean.
But Ryan, it is time for your rant. I cut
yes,
you off
it
earlier.
Is. Go ahead, AJ.
What you got?
All right. Guys, I know we've been off for a little bit of time. I have not really. It is a lot built up. COVID-19, we all know. A lot of tracks can't accommodate fans to it. My home track being one of them. So MIS doing the smart things like, okay, obviously there's no fans here 2020, full refund, first dibs on tickets for June and August, which is normally when the MIS races are run. So people, I'm following people on Facebook, on Twitter, being, I got my tickets for June. I got my camping spot for June. I'm excited to bring on 2021. I understand why MIS did that. I understand everything underneath the sun. NASCAR decides to come out with its 2021 schedule. Looking at June, I don't see MIS. Look at August. There's one MIS. Where's the other one? So one MIS race. I get the sport needs change. I'm okay with the change. Not next year. 2022 is when you should have brought the schedule out with all these new road courses in there. They should have waited. My personal opinion, they should have waited till this whole COVID thing is over with. That way, 2021, you can run the same schedule again, maybe with a mix here or there. But you've lost Chicago, you've lost Kentucky, you've lost a date at MIS. I don't get why. I like I said, change. I get it, but why all these road courses? All right. Second of all, if you
Chase
rotate
6 wins next year.
Yeah, so Chase can probably win. All right, listen, AJ said I have to agree. All right, that's a good point on your end, AJ. But I hope they switch up the schedule. All right, for example, 2021 MIS only has one race. How about 2022? You get two races. Keep flipping over the schedule, kind of like in, for example, NFL football. Obviously, you play your division, but you play. Say you go play. If you're, I'm a Lions fan. We play the NFC South. Next year we'll play the West and so on and so forth. Why not do something like that with a NASCAR schedule? Obviously, because who knows the what is it the road course in Texas? Who knows? That may not be a good race. I think the road course at Indy. Thank you. About time we've all called it. I think that might be the race of the year next year. But like I said, waited till 2022 with this new schedule for next year is all I'm saying. And man, it looks like I'm doing some traveling, guys.
Daytona's open.
Whether yeah, fully open too. As I think Bobby P put that on Twitter about as in this moment Daytona's selling tickets as if they're going to be 100% capacity for February.
I believe.
What's that?
I'll have to check. I believe that I have fully paid off my tickets.
So you are in for sure.
Yeah, I'm checking my email right now. Just
Oh yeah, definitely. But like I said, it wasn't much of a rant. It was just me like, you guys could have waited to do the schedule till after the COVID, because like I said, MIS, you're like, okay, we get two races every year. We're gonna sell our tickets for the 2021 season June race, and then NASCAR comes out and is like, oh, you only got one race. I know there's not a lot of practice at these races now. It's just a one-day show. It sounds like.
I've got one more payment I got to do.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then I have my tickets.
Does Gwen really want to go to the race?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
She really enjoys it.
I know she does.
She's super in on it.
Dude, it's like that. What is it? The box of Pringles. Once you pop, can't stop. Taking them to the race, they want to go and go and go.
Yeah. No.
I just like I said, I get the change. AJ, what do you think about all these road courses?
I love it. I love road courses. I wish we could go to road courses every week.
All right, all right, Chase fandom aside, what do you think of these road courses?
It's interesting. You're adding a lot of different, there's a lot of diversity in this schedule for next year. How can you not like it?
I'll tell you one thing it does. It opens that door for the NASCAR IndyCar doubleheader weekend.
Yep, and you've been looking forward to that.
And by the way, especially with Jimmy going there, that's I seen he was testing at what track was it? The road course in Alabama, I think is where he was. He did some testing out. 21st out of 21, so little work to do there, but I think he'll fit fine into the Indy cars.
Gotta get used to it first. That's it.
I hope he comes to Belle Isle and runs on there because I'll probably go to that.
Yeah. All right.
Check that out.
Let's get to some predictions, Ryan.
Ooh,
White flag time.
Tight, keep working the mirrors. In line with you, coming to the white. Only two.
Championship 4 prediction time. I ran away with the picks this year, so we're not even keeping score anymore. In this, Ryan, we can have the same picks. We can have different picks. It does not matter. The Truck Series, Ryan, I am going with Zane Smith in the 21. Total dark horse pick. I would love to see the upset. So that's what I'm going with.
I'm cheering for Zane Smith, but I'm going to go Grant in finger.
Riding the momentum train.
Yeah, I'm cheering for the 21. I think he's my go-to guy coming up through the series. I like that he was riding for Junior, but there we go.
In the Xfinity Series, Ryan, I'm gonna go with Mr. Domination this year, Chase Briscoe. It's the obvious choice, it's the easy choice, and I think it's the correct choice.
I'm right there with you, especially with all the adversity that family's dealt with. Go get him, Chase.
All right, and in the Cup Series, Ryan, and this is tough. This was so tough because who did I pick preseason to win the championship, Ryan?
Chase Elliott.
No, I did not.
You said Denny Hamlin. That's right.
I did. I said Denny Hamlin in the preseason before the season even started. I said Denny Hamlin's going to win the championship. Not so fast, my friend. Chase Elliott takes it home this weekend.
Weird one. Ha, yeah.
Chase Elliott is taking it this weekend. I am fully taking the homer pick here. I don't care. That's who I'm going with.
I love you did that. Not so fast, my friend. There's a story. There's a story behind that. So,
Tony will have to go up to 55 minutes on this podcast on the YouTube replay to find it.
Yep. Y'all know me, anybody but the 11. But you know what? Give me the 22.
You are going with Logano to get his second title. I mean, not a bad pick. Guy won at this track.
Yeah, I'm pulling for Chase.
Season.
I'm pulling for Chase. I'm pulling for the Hendrick guy.
Chase is on the
but I want to throw it out. Yeah, I want to throw out the meeting Logano, very nice guy, and I know all of them are, but yeah, give me the 22. I'm cheering for Chase. I'm pulling for Chase, obviously, as you know. I had my Chase shirt on yesterday, by the way. Speed Crate, very nice, by the way. Second one, not so much as the first one. First one was still better, and waiting on the third. Hopefully here tomorrow.
Well, and let us also not forget that this is Jimmy Johnson and Clint Bowyer's final Cup race this weekend.
Yep. Yes.
And I thought it was cool at Martinsville, Clint having every sponsor of his Cup Series career on the car.
Yep. Smart move, too, by the way, for Clint jumping to the Fox booth. I don't think we mentioned that yet on the show.
I can't wait.
Him and Gordon, especially with that run, ironically, at Phoenix. But I think those two are going to, rub well off of each other. I think with Mike Joe, I think that's going to be a nice addition to the booth. Jimmy Johnson, you can't say, what can't you say about Jimmy? Never been really the biggest Jimmy supporter
Your wife,
throughout his year. What's that?
Your wife, though, is a big fan.
Yes, the wife is definitely a big fan. As the years have gone on, I've, respect the guy. Wish him well in the retirement. I know he'll be back in the cars, not full time. I'm sure he'll probably run the Daytona 500 maybe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what he can do in the open wheel world.
Hell of a career for Jimmy. It was a fun time with Clint. It all comes down to this, Ryan.
Yeah, championship.
Hit him with it, Ryan.
Guys, it's been fun. Hopefully we'll see you guys next weekend. If not, we will see you at the track. Let's go championship racing.
I'm working to get a guest for next week. We're gonna try to have a 3-man show next week. More info on that later.
Track, right?
Good luck Chase this weekend.
Yeah, luck
Let's
Chase.
go Chase. Bring it home. That does it for me. Thanks everyone who came out and tuned in tonight on the live stream. Thanks Patrick for talking with us. Thank you for downloading this podcast, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, YouTube, and see you guys next week. Championship 4. Let's get it. See you.
Did I do that?